Good day. You are welcome to the computer-aided drawing class once again. Okay, we've looked at interpenetration curves, which have to do with two or more objects or geometrical shapes connecting to each other. We have them as cubes, as cones, cylinders, prism, or pyramids. Okay, so these are geometrical shapes that can be connected to each other. In this case, we'll be looking at s- two cylinders. I've been able to look at the similar cylinders meeting at right angles, okay? But today we are going to be looking at similar cylinders meeting at right angle. And this will be able to help us to know the intersecting or interpenetrating curves that these two cylinders form with each other. Okay, when we have two cylinders joining each other, intersecting each other, we can call this an equal T. Okay, so I'm going to go to Inventor now. So the first thing we do is to create our sketch. So select your plane where the sketch should be created. Okay, so we are creating, you are looking at two cylinders of equal diameter 60 mm. Okay, the major diameter has a length of 90 mm, and the second diameter has a length of 75 mm. So that's what we are doing. Okay, so let's create our sketch on the plane. Okay, let's be 60 mm. So here we go. So you can finish your sketch and then extrude. Okay, now the intention is to be able to create uh, objects like pipe. So I'm going to select the surface model and not the solid model. So diameter of 60, length of 90 mm. We have this. Okay, here we go. All right, so click on to fill your object. So here is it. So you can see that this creates something in form of a hollow shape. All right, so the next thing to do is to create a plane in the middle of the object along the longitudinal axis. Okay, so let's come to our origin. Okay, this will be our longitudinal axis. So create a plane there, and on the plane, create a sketch. Now, wash this object cleanly. Okay, I'm going to come here and just in between the create and modify, you have what is called project geometry. So under it, you have a project cut edges. So I'm going to select on project cut edges since we are creating a plane or objects that cut through each other. So project cut edges, you notice there's going to be a change here uh, on the side of the object you have created. Now we can now create, now we now have the plane where to work. So you can now create the object or the sketch that you want that is going to be connecting or cutting through this. Now, since I said I'm creating uh, two similar shape making a triangle, so the basis I just draw this line from the center. I try triangle and I said it's going to be an equal T. So with this, so my line, I said this is going to be length of 75 mm. Okay, so I do 75. Right, then I can now finish my sketch after doing that. Okay, uh, after doing that, the next thing to do is to create a plane. Okay, you create a plane at the end of the line that you just created. So we have a plane here. Okay, now on this plane, you also create your sketch. So you can create a sketch on this plane, create a sketch on this plane. Okay, so once you create your sketch on the plane, the next thing you do is that you are going to change your geometry. Now, last one we have was a project a cut geometry, but this time around we are going to project a plane geometry and not a cut geometry this time around. So come back here and select uh, project geometry. Make sure that uh, this your plane is selected. So come back here, select project geometry. Okay, so once you have done that, you can now create your sketch on your new plane and geometry. So I create my sketch on this. Again, we said the diameter of the pipe is 60 mm. So here we go. Then we can finish our sketch. Okay. Now this indicates that you have created your sketch in your new plane. So after doing that, the next thing you do extrude. Is to extrude again. We are using the surface modeling. Click on the surface modeling, and this is your 75 and one that way direction. So let's do 75 and be okay. Here we go. You can see now we have something in form of a T, right? So I'm going to remove my sketch, make it in, remove visibility for my sketch, remove visibility for my plane, okay, to so that that won't confuse anything I'm going to do. Okay, now once we are done with this, the next thing to do is to trim. So please permit me to do this. Okay, any view that will give you an adequate view of what you want to do is preferable. So I feel this is preferable for me this time around. So I click on trim. Now, if you look at the bottom of your inventor below the home, it asks you a question: select surfaces, work planes, or sketches as cutting tool. So I want this is what I want to cut off. So I'm going to select this as my work plane. So this also changed from cutting tool to remove. Okay, so let me take that part again so that we get that clearly. I go back to trim. Okay, once you click on that, it gives you a dialog box. Cutting tool is selected. Remove is not selected. Just note that. Then below is asking to select your surface, your work plane, or your sketching. So here is my work plane. Since this is what I want to remove. So can you now see here that this move from cutting tool to remove. Now what do I want to remove? I want to remove this and I want to remove this. Okay, so I can apply. So that is done. The next thing I would like to remove is if you try to view through this, discover that there is something or from this pipe that is still blocking the hole that could have been created through this. So the next thing I did was to click on this and then try to click at this from the inside. Okay, so you can apply. Then if you check very well, I think it's free now. Okay, so you can close this. Now after doing that, the next thing to be done is to tick in these surfaces. So click on tick, right? Click on any of the objects. Okay, once you do that, you okay, and then you click on the second one, ticking, and then you click on this object. Okay, now it's showing me already the interpenetrating curves. If you try to rotate, discover that here the inside is open. to every field, you see that the inside is open. Okay, so this is how to create uh, a a T, an interpolating curve on the Inventor software. All right, so from this now you can go ahead to produce your working drawing. The working drawing will show you the interpolating curves clearly. This is a 3D model, so this will not suffice for interpolating curves. So let me save this and then produce my working drawing. So I'm saving this as uh, permit me to save this as a similar objects, similar objects of equal diameter, Okay, so now I can now create my interpolating field. Okay, so to do that, go to your file and create a drawing as usual. Your ISO IDW, uh, come to here, ISO IDW, and you create. Okay, so your base. So this giving you this as your front view. You can change that to what you like. I think this can be good, right? So you can create your plan here and also your side view here. Okay, you can okay. So you can adjust this. All right. Now you can see clearly this is giving us the interpenetrating sections or curves of these two cylinder joining together. So this is how you do interpenetration on the Inventor software. So you can go ahead and do for other examples of interpretation curves. That will actually help you to be able to perfect this exercise. Thank you.